Hi and welcome back to our channel. I'm Jennifer and this is Kate, and today we have a question for you. Do you keep a Mass journal?
Or have you ever kept one? We're curious today to know your thoughts on journaling during Mass.
Yeah, I'm especially curious because recently I started keeping a Mass journal and I'm a little bit on the fence about whether I want to keep doing it. So today I'm going to share my experience journaling during Mass with you, and we're also going to talk about questions that we have that maybe you can answer. Okay, so I've been keeping a Mass journal for a couple of months now, but like I said, I'm starting to have kind of mixed feelings about it. Are there benefits to keeping a journal during Mass? I would say yes, absolutely.
For one, it helps you focus during the homily, because if you're taking notes, then you're obviously paying more attention. But it also gives you a written record of maybe things that the priest said that really strike you, and you can go back later and look at those.
Yeah, I definitely like that I can go back and look at what the priest has said, because sometimes he says something really good and then I have it on record. So that's all well and good, but are there drawbacks to keeping a Mass journal? And that is what I'm starting to wonder here after 2 months. But let me go ahead and tell you why I started keeping a Mass journal in the first place. Okay, so this is my Mass journal story. Don't laugh, okay? But back in December during Advent, our parish had a 2-night Advent mission. A priest came in and he was speaking, and that's really great. It was at 7 o'clock at night, and so we went, and the first night it was really cold outside and I had been running around all day and I was so tired, but of course I sat right up front so that we could hear everything this mission priest had to say, but I could not stay awake. The lights were dim and it was really warm in the church, and I was just sitting down and I started yawning and I was struggling so hard, Kate's laughing, to keep awake. It was really bad. Anyway, the man across the aisle from me, I noticed he was having no trouble staying awake because he was taking notes. He had a journal.
So he was probably getting a whole lot more out of that mission than you got out of it the first night.
Oh yeah. Like I said, I was struggling so hard to stay awake, and then I didn't know what to do because I thought, I don't want to fall asleep. You know, I'm front row center. The priest can see me. I don't want to get up and walk out because that could be distracting for him. So I was definitely in a jam. But I had the idea that I am going to come back tomorrow night with a notebook like the guy across the pew from me. And so maybe that will help me. So that's what I did. And the second night, it was a whole different experience.
And then that experience led you to start keeping a Mass journal to focus more during Mass and get more out of the homilies.
Exactly. Okay, so at first I was super pumped up about keeping my Mass journal because I felt like it was going to be life-changing, and I would need to tell everyone that you need to keep a Mass journal because it's just that good. But again, surprisingly, that's not really how I feel after 2 months. There are things I definitely like about it. I like looking back and seeing what I have written. That's really good. And I do have to say it does help me focus a lot better during Mass.
But it seems to me that it could be a little embarrassing to be writing in church. At least I might feel embarrassed about that. So does it bother you?
No, it doesn't bother me at all to sit there and write. Maybe it should, I don't know, but really no one's looking at me. No one cares what I'm doing during Mass, except my mom. Oh my goodness, we went to church together over Christmas break, and she totally called me out on this. She said, Jennifer, what are you doing writing during Mass? She's from New York. Jennifer.
So that sounds about right for her. But if it's not the embarrassment putting you on the fence about keeping a Mass journal, then what is?
Okay, well, for starters, I feel like this is one more thing that I have to take to Mass with me. I'm already taking my bag of food for the food bank and my Sunday missal, and then I have my purse and usually my sunglasses and maybe a coat, and I just feel like this is a lot of stuff that I'm dragging into Mass with me every Sunday. I don't even have little kids. It's not like I'm trying to entertain toddlers during Mass. This is just stuff that I have, and that just doesn't seem right.
It sounds like you need a church bag.
A church bag? Okay. I don't have little kids. I am not having
but you have an entire Adoration bag, and if I recall right, there's a lot of stuff in there.
Well, yeah, but that's kind of different. I mean, like an adult church bag, that just sounds it's like, oh my goodness, I'm one step away from the home. Okay, so I don't know, maybe I'm just a pack rat and it is not a Mass Journal problem, it's just a me problem. I don't know.
So now, though, we do have some questions about Mass journaling that we wanted to throw out to you, our viewers.
Yes, we want your opinion, because when I was researching the whole Mass Journal situation, what I found is that there are a lot of blog posts and videos out there about making your own Mass Journal, and there are a whole lot of places out there that want to sell you a Mass Journal, but there really aren't very many people talking about their experiences using a Mass Journal. Now, a couple of people did say you should definitely keep a journal because A, B, and C, the benefits, which I agree with, but no one's really talking about, I tried it, it was great, or I tried it, it didn't work. So we have some questions. Maybe you can help us by sharing your experience.
So the first question is just simply, do you keep a Mass journal? Why or why not? And if you do keep one, how long have you been keeping it for?
Another question I have is, do you have a particular Mass journal that you really like and recommend? And how has it been for you in the long run? Like, do you think that it's been really beneficial to you, or do you feel like you could take it or leave it? And then the last question I have, and this one really kind of shook me up a little bit, is this: should we even be writing anything down during Mass at all? I know that the church doesn't have, any official, rule that says, no, you can't write down anything during Mass, but I did come across one blog post from a priest who said, no, you should be paying attention and worshiping God during Mass, and it's good to think about what you want to write down later, but if you're writing during Mass, that could be very distracting to the priest or other parishioners, so you should save that all for after Mass and write it in your journal after Mass. So that did make me have a little bit of a pause, because I remember in the gospel it said that Mary pondered all of these things in her heart. It didn't say Mary whipped out her journal and started writing everything down. So I don't know, that kind of, like I said, that kind of shook me up a little bit. It has left me wondering, is this something I really want to keep doing? Okay, so that's what I'm struggling with. That is where I am in my Mass journal journey. I don't think I want to give it up completely, because I do find that parts of it are very beneficial. At the same time, I don't think that I could really just wait till after Mass and then come home and then remember all the great points that the priest made or all the readings that really spoke to me. I think I'm going to have to do it at church in the moment.
So let us know your opinion on this question, and then let us also know your experience with Mass journals.
Yeah, help out this old confused Catholic. I'd really like to hear your thoughts on this subject.
We look forward to reading your comments. But in the meantime, we hope you enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.